Hello guys, welcome to Interchange 1 Unit 8. How's the neighborhood? In this unit, we are going to talk about prepositions, quantifiers, and places in a city. So let's begin. Now, we are going to see some places in a city, and also we are going to see what we can do in those places. Clothing store. It's a place where you can find new fashions and also you can buy clothes. Grocery store. It's a place where you can get food and small items for the home. Hair salon. It's a place where you can get a haircut or you can change your hairstyle. Laundromat. It's a place where you can wash and dry your clothes. Newsstand. It's a place where you can buy newspapers and magazines. Stadium. It's a place where you can see concerts and games. Wi-Fi hotspot. It's a place or a zone where you can connect to the internet for free. Coffee shop. It's a place where you can buy coffee, tea, or small meals. Drugstore. It's a place where you can buy medicine. Gas station. It's a place where you can buy gas or gasoline. Library. It's a place where you can read books and study. Post office. It's a place where you can send and receive letters and packages. Gym. It's a place where you can do exercise and other fitness activities. Hotel. It's a place where you can stay on vacation or on a business trip. ATM. It's a machine where you can deposit or withdraw money from a bank. This is the first conversation for Unit 8. This conversation is about two neighbors, and one of the neighbors is asking for directions. Let's listen to the conversation.
Unit 8. How's the neighborhood? Page 50. Exercise 2. Conversation. I just moved in. Listen and practice.
Excuse me. Hi, I'm your new neighbor, Greg. I just moved in.
Oh, yes.
I'm looking for a grocery store. Are there any around here?
Yes, there are some on Pine Street.
Oh, good. And is there a laundromat near here?
Well, I think there's one across from the shopping center.
Thank you.
By the way, there's a hair salon in the shopping center.
A hair salon?
Here we have the first grammar point for Unit 8. There is and there are. Prepositions. We use there is and there are to talk about things that we can see and things that exist in a particular place. For example, there is a supermarket on Ovando Avenue. So if we go to that avenue, we can see that there is a supermarket in that area or exists a supermarket on that avenue. So we use there is to say that something exists on, at, or in a particular place. There is and there are. Here we have yes/no questions with there is and there are. For the singular, we use is there plus a or an plus the place plus the location or area. For the plural, we use are there plus any plus the places plus the location or area. Let's read the examples. Is there a mall in your neighborhood? Positive answer. Yes, there is. There is one next to my house. Negative answer. No, there isn't, but there is one downtown. For the plural, we have, are there any banks around here? Yes, there are. There are some near the supermarket. That is the positive answer. Now the negative answer, no, there aren't any, but there are some in the shopping mall. Remember guys that we use one for the singular. For example, yes, there is. There is one next to my house. or no, there isn't, but there is one downtown. Now for the plural, we are going to use some or any. Remember, some is for positive answers in plural. For example, yes, there are some near the supermarket. So if you check, this is plural and positive, we use some. Now any is for negative and questions. For example, are there any banks around here? We have any in the question because it's plural. And also we use any for negative answers. For example, no, there aren't any. So prepositions. We use prepositions to indicate or to say where something is. Here we can see some of the most common prepositions: in, on, next to, near or close to, across from or opposite, in front of, in back of or behind, between, and on the corner of. Now let's see the examples. There is a gym in the neighborhood. If you check the picture, in this neighborhood, you can find a gym. So there is a gym in the neighborhood, inside the neighborhood. The next one, there are two grocery stores on Pine Street. Here, if you check this street, you can see two grocery stores. We have this one and we have that one. So we have two grocery stores on Pine Street. We use on for avenues and also we use on for streets. The next one, there is a library next to the gas station. Here we have the gas station and the library. So there is a library next to the gas station. The next sentence, there is a restaurant near the park, or there is a restaurant close to the park. If you check, the park is here and the restaurant is here. So we use near or close to say that the distance is short. So the next one, there is a post office across from the park, or there is a post office opposite the park. If you can see the picture, this is the post office and this is the park. So you need to cross the street to get to the post office, and you need to cross the street from the post office to get to the park. So here, across from or opposite, because you need to cross the street to get to the other side, to get to the other place. So from the post office to the park, from the park to the post office, you need to cross the street. So it's across from or opposite. The next one, there is a gas station in front of the shopping center. This is the shopping center and this is the gas station. So the gas station is in front of the shopping center. In front of is the opposite of behind, the opposite of behind. So the gas station is in front of the shopping center and the shopping center is behind the gas station. So let's see the next example. Here you can use the name of the business or the name of the company. So for example, electronics is in back of the post office. This is electronics and this is the post office. So electronics is in back of the post office, or electronics is behind the post office. As you can see here, this is the post office and this is electronics, and electronics is in back of the post office or behind the post office. The next one, Jim's gym is between the post office and the department store. This is Jim's gym, this is the post office, and this is the department store. Remember, when we use between, we have three places, and one place is in the center or in the middle of the others. Now the next one, Star Plaza Hotel, it's on the corner of Elm Street and Maple Avenue. This is Star Plaza Hotel, and this is here Maple Avenue, and this is Elm Street. So we use on the corner of to mention two streets or avenues. that create an intersection. If you can see here, the hotel is here on the corner of Maple Avenue and Elm Street. There is an intersection here, the connection of two streets or two avenues. Remember guys that when you mention general names, you need to use the article de or the. For example, the supermarket, the bank, the mall, the drugstore. Now, when you mention specific names, for example, Jumbo, Banreservas, Sanville, in that case, you don't need to use the or the because you are mentioning a specific name. So use the or the for general names. Now we're going to see some types of neighborhoods that we can see in a city. Downtown or main street. This is the commercial center or the central area of a town or a city. The suburbs. This is an area near the city where people usually live. It's usually full of houses. A shopping district. A shopping district, it's an area of the city where you can find a lot of malls and stores and places where you can buy things. A college campus. A college campus is the area or the zone that belongs to a university or a college. A business district. A business district is a part of the city where you can find a lot of buildings and big companies. Businessmen usually work there. A theater district. A theater district is the area of the city where you can find a lot of theaters and movie theaters. An industrial district. An industrial district is the area of the city where you can find a lot of factories and industries. A small town. A small town is a small city where there are a few houses and a few people. This is the second conversation for Unit 8. In this conversation, we have two friends talking about a new apartment in a new neighborhood. Let's listen to them talking.
Page 53.
The second grammar point for Unit 8 is quantifiers, how much and how many. Before we talk about how much and how many, it's very important to review count nouns and no count nouns. Count nouns. Count nouns are things that you can count. You can use plural or singular with them. For example, banks, traffic lights, ATM machines, hospitals, schools, supermarkets, people, hotels, and parks. On the other hand, we have non-count nouns, things that you cannot count. For example, we have traffic, we have pollution or contamination, we have corruption, noise, parking, trash, crime, violence, and public transportation. For example, we cannot say one traffic, two traffic, three traffics is incorrect. We cannot say one public transportation, two public transportation, three public transportations. That is wrong. So these are non-count nouns because you cannot pluralize them. You cannot count them. After reviewing about count nouns and non-count nouns, now we can continue with the quantifiers. How much and how many. We use how much for no-count nouns and how many for count nouns. As you can see in the examples, restaurants it's a count noun, and pollution or contamination is non-count noun. So the question is, are there many restaurants? This is the question for the count nouns. Now for the non-count nouns, is there much pollution? We use much for the non-count nouns and many for the count nouns. Now the answers, yes, there are a lot. There are a few. No, there aren't many. No, there aren't any. No, there are none. These are the answers for the count nouns. For the no count nouns, is there much pollution? Yes, there is a lot. There is a little. No, there isn't much. No, there isn't any. No, there is none. If you notice, you can use a lot for count nouns and for no count nouns. A lot is a big number. Now, a few is the opposite of a lot, a small number. We use a few with count nouns and a little with no count nouns. A few and a little are similar. The difference is that we use a little with no count nouns and a few with count nouns, things that you can count. Then we have many, and much are similar. Many is for count nouns and much is for no count nouns. So the next one, any, you can use any for count nouns and for no count nouns. But notice that we use aren't because we are talking about the plural here, and for the no count nouns we use isn't. And the last one, none. We use none to say that it's zero. None is like zero. So we use none with count nouns or no count nouns. But in this case, we use is with no count nouns and we use are with count nouns. Check that for none, we say is and are. We don't say isn't and aren't because none is already negative. We cannot say isn't or aren't because none is negative already. So there are a few and no, there aren't many are similar. No, there aren't any and no, there are none are similar. So the blue ones are similar in meaning and the red ones are similar in meaning too. Now the question, how many banks are there in Villamella? This is an information question. Here, this one is asking for a number. So how many banks are there in Villamella? There are 7 or 10. So here is giving a specific number because you can count. It's a count noun, so you can count the banks. Now for no count nouns, how much traffic is there in Villamella? You cannot count the traffic. If you cannot count the traffic, then you cannot say a specific number. You can just say a much, a lot, a little. So there is a lot of traffic. Remember, you can use a lot for count nouns and no count nouns, any and none for count nouns and no count nouns. The only ones that are different are many, a few, a little, and much. The a few and many are for count nouns and a little and much are for no count nouns. Well guys, this is the end of the video for Unit 8. Thank you for watching and thanks for the support.